My wife's colleague had come over to our house for some work discussion. When he headed for the door, I stopped him. "Show me your hand," I said. He blinked. "Are you joking?" he asked. I kept my voice steady. "Open your fist. Show me." Slowly, reluctantly, he did. He was halfway out when I spoke again. "Show me your hand." He froze mid-step, that fake nervous smile flickering across his face, the one people wear when caught between guilt and confusion. "Are you serious?" he muttered. I was. I stepped closer, the hallway light falling on his face. "Open your fist," I said quietly. "Show me." He glanced at my wife. She stood behind him, pale, arms crossed, holding herself together. He hesitated, then revealed the truth. A small piece of black lace, folded, intimate, my wife's underwear. The silence that followed cut sharper than any knife. "It's not what you think," he stammered. My hand itched to strike, already hovering like a loaded weapon. But then from behind me a small voice said, "Dad, I need to tell you something." My daughter stood at the top of the stairs, wide-eyed and frightened. That instant split my life in two. Before, I thought I had a family worth protecting. After, I knew better. Lauren, my wife, had been my anchor for 13 years. Together we built a life, our home, our routines, our business. She worked in marketing, bright, driven, perhaps too driven. Nathan, her coworker, had been around for months, laughing too loudly, giving compliments that lingered. She mentioned him casually and I ignored it. Trust was automatic until it wasn't. The first cracks came in silence. Her phone buzzed constantly. Her thumbs moved too fast to be casual. Late nights at the office, new perfume. A flicker of distance in her eyes whenever she said she was tired. I noticed the little things. How her laughter dimmed when I entered a room. How she avoided eye contact at dinner. How Nathan's name began to creep into conversation, unwelcome and persistent. Suspicion seeps in quietly, but once it's in your blood, it doesn't leave. It all came to a head on a Tuesday. She arrived home smelling of wine, claiming she'd been with clients. Her phone buzzed on the counter while she showered. "Nathan, I can't stop thinking about earlier." My hand shook, but I didn't confront her. Rage without proof is meaningless noise. So I watched. I planted a camera in her car, another in the living room smoke detector. I mirrored her phone to my laptop, invisible to her. Within a week I had all the evidence. Videos, messages, plans, words meant for lovers, not colleagues. She confessed to him that she felt alive around him, that I'd grown distant, that my calmness was weakness in her eyes. Sleep abandoned me, not from grief but purpose. I orchestrated my retaliation like a composer writing a symphony. Meticulous, patient, precise. I moved our savings into a new account under my name, quietly consulted a lawyer, and transferred documents, deeds, and tax papers out of the house. Then I waited for the perfect moment. That day arrived when Nathan needed to come to our home for a project meeting. She insisted it was strictly work. She looked me in the eye when she said it. I almost admired her nerve. I told my daughter to stay home early, framing it as a spontaneous father-daughter day, though I knew exactly why. Nathan arrived, polished and rehearsed, cologne strong, shirt crisp. Lauren followed him into the living room. From the kitchen, I pretended to scroll my phone. They discussed client pitches, timelines, and deadlines for 15 minutes. Their eyes betrayed secrets beneath the surface of business talk. When Nathan finally stood to leave, I followed him to the door. Lauren trailed behind, attempting casual composure. Then I spoke. "Show me your hand." The look on her face when the underwear fell from his palm, it wasn't fear. It was recognition. She knew the game was over. Nathan faltered, scrambling for excuses. I didn't strike. Violence would have been too simple. I smiled. "Get out," I said. "And don't ever come near my family again." That's when my daughter stepped forward. "Dad, I need to tell you something. We saw them a few weeks ago in your office." I didn't know what to do. Lauren's face crumpled. She tried to respond, but my daughter recoiled, disgusted. Nathan bolted. Lauren crying and pleading behind him. I closed the door, and the click of the lock sounded like pure relief. The next morning I sent everything, videos, screenshots, emails, to her company's HR. Evidence attached, policy violations documented. By noon both were suspended. By Friday fired. The house was empty when she returned to beg. Her clothes gone, accounts locked, car keys missing. I left a single note. You taught me that love without honesty is just performance. Consider the curtain closed. 6 months later, my daughter and I live in a smaller, quieter place. Peaceful. Honest. Sometimes she watches me with quiet admiration, unaware of the lengths I went to protect her. Lauren still sends messages, apologies, pleas for closure, but I never reply. Silence is the purest revenge. Betrayal doesn't destroy. It sculpts. It carves away illusions until all that remains is truth. That day when I said, "Show me your hand," I wasn't searching for proof. I already knew. I only wanted them to see what I had become. The man who stopped believing lies and began writing his own ending.